Shift the weight back to your sits bones. Lengthen up through the crown of the head, long spine. Begin to soften the forehead. Soften the jaw, soften the eye muscles. Soften the mind. Relax, breathe. Begin to let the shoulders melt down the back, away from the ears. And just begin to control the breath. Long, slow inhales. Slight hold of the inhale. Long, slow exhales. Slight hold of every exhale. Controlling our energy by controlling our breath. Pranayama, breath control. Every inhale, feeling the chest rise, fall, fill. Every exhale, just relaxing into the present moment, relaxing into the breath. You might begin to turn on the bandhas, Mula Bandha, lifting the pelvic floor. Uddiyana Bandha, drawing the belly up and in. And then Jalandhara Bandha, tucking the chin to the chest, bowing the head to meet the heart. Release the back of the neck, shoulders down. Take a couple deep breaths into the heart center and just feel it rise up towards your chin on the inhale. Just be with your breath. Forget where you are, forget everything but the breath. Tune out any noises in your house, in your mind. Just make the breath loud and deep. And after your next exhale, inhale, roll your right ear towards your right shoulder. Exhale, roll the chin through the center. And inhale the left ear to the left shoulder. Exhale, roll the chin through center. Inhale the right ear back towards the right shoulder. Exhale, roll the chin through center. And inhale the left ear to the left shoulder. And then release the chin down. Interlace the hands behind the back. Straighten the arms. Roll the shoulders back and down. Maybe lean back to the tops of the hands. Look up. Exhale, fold forward towards the floor. And lift the arms towards the head. Maybe sway a little side to side. Inhale, come up. Bring your left fingertips to the side. Bring your right arm up and over and just gently lean. And then reach the right arm out in front of the left knee. Bow the head towards the knee or the thigh. Soften the jaw. Inhale, come up. And right fingertips to the side, left arm up and over, and just gently lean. And left arm out in front of the right knee, bow the head towards the knee or the thigh. And then inhale, come up. Bring your left hand to your right knee, right hand behind you. Gaze out over the back shoulder. Inhale through center and exhale other side. Inhale to center. Bring your hands onto your knees and just do a little shoulder dip, circle. Just kind of move a little bit. Use your breath. Maybe push off of the knees. And then fold forward, arms out in front of you. Bow the head. Soften the jaw. And then walk the hands back towards you. Switch which foot is in front of you. And then fold forward again one more time. Just getting into the other hip. And bow the head, deepen the breath. And walking the hands back towards you. And let's find cat-cow. So coming onto hands and knees. Fingers wide, wrists under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Inhale, let the belly drop, look up. Exhale, belly to spine, chin to chest. And just follow your own breath. Inhale, belly drops. Exhale, round to the sky. Give yourself permission to move a little bit. Maybe side bend. Maybe wag the hips. Maybe hip circles. And then relaxing back to an extended child's pose. Outstretch the arms, fingers as wide as you can. And then just ground the palms, relax the elbows down. Maybe touch the forehead to the mat. Close the eyes. Deepen the breath. Remembering the breath is the practice. Anytime you lose that connection to your breath, just take a pause, come back to it. Bandhas and breath. On the next inhale, come through your hands and your knees, curl your toes under, and lift up to downward facing dog. Just pedal out the feet. Lift the belly. Maybe wag the hips way over to each side. And then on the next inhale, step walk or float your feet forward. And just hang, loose forward bend. Maybe let the arms do some circles. Soft knees, open toes. Maybe interlace at the elbows. Sway a little side to side. And release the arms. Maybe shake out your wrists. You might shake the head gently, yes. Maybe shake the head gently, no. No tension in your neck. And then stack your vertebrae, rise to stand. Lift the arms, look up to the sky. Exhale, Samasthiti, Surya Namaskar. Inhale, lift the arms up. Maybe lean back, take a pause. Exhale, fold forward. Tuck your chin to your chest. Inhale, long spine, look up, prepare. Plant the hands and step walk or float your feet back. Halfway lower, chaturanga or right to the belly. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5 deep breaths. Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. Fingers as wide as you can. 3. 4. 5. Forward on your next inhale, step walk or hop. Long spine at the top of the mat. Exhale, bow the head, tuck the chin. Inhale, rise, lift the arms, look to the sky. Exhale, Samasthiti. 2 more A's. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, fold forward, tuck your chin to your chest. Inhale, long spine, prepare. Plant the hands and step walk or float the feet back. Chaturanga. Or to the belly. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog or child's pose. Feel free to take a child's pose in place of down dog. Modify the practice to meet your needs, your body. Deep breath. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Forward on your next inhale, step walk or float. Long spine at the top of your mat. Exhale, fold, tuck your chin, bow your head. Inhale, rise, lift the arms, look to the sky. Exhale, Samasthiti. 1 more A. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, fold forward, bow the head, tuck the chin. Inhale, long spine, look up. Plant the hands and step walk or float the feet back. Slowly lower, chaturanga or right to the belly. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, child's pose or downward facing dog. 5 deep breaths. 1. 2. Bandhas on, breath deep, Ujjayi breath. 3. 4. 5. Forward on your next inhale, step walk or float. Long spine, exhale, fold. Tuck your chin, bow your head. Inhale, rise, lift the arms, look to the sky. Exhale, Samasthiti. Feet together. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. And bring your left foot out in front of you. So just kind of, you can keep the heel down if you need to balance, bend that right knee. And then shoot the left leg behind you, warrior 3. Lunge it way back, high lunge. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, open, warrior 2. Adjust if you need to. Inhale, take the right arm up. Lift the heart to the sky. Exhale, vinyasa or downward facing dog. On the next inhale, step walk or float the feet forward. Exhale, fold, tuck your chin, bow your head. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose, and bring the right foot in front of you. Maybe the heel is down, maybe it's lifted. Shoot that leg behind you, Virabhadrasana 3. Lunge it way back, lift the heart. Exhale, drop it open, Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale, left arm up, lift the heart to the sky. Exhale, Vinyasa or downward facing dog. Three deep breaths. 1, 2, 3. Forward on your next inhale, step walk or float. Exhale, fold, tuck your chin, bow your head. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. And bring the left foot out in front of you. Flex the foot, maybe the heel is down, draw the arms back. And then shoot that leg behind you, warrior 3. Lunge it way back, arms by the ears. Exhale, drop it open, warrior 2. Inhale, right arm up, lift the heart to the sky. Exhale down, Vinyasa or downward facing dog. On the next inhale, step walk or float your feet forward to the front of the mat. Exhale, fold, bow your head, tuck your chin. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose, and bring the right foot out in front of you. Flex the foot, squat into that left leg. Shoot the right leg behind you, warrior 3. Lunge it way back, arms by the ears, lift the heart. Exhale, drop it open, warrior 2. Inhale, left arm up, lift the heart to the sky. Exhale, Vinyasa or downward facing dog. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. 3 deep breaths. Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. 1. On the next inhale, step walk or float your feet forward. Long spine, exhale, fold. Tuck the chin, bow the head. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. And last time, left leg out in front of you, flex the foot, lift the leg. Shoot that left leg behind you, warrior 3. Lunge it way back, arms by the ears, lift the heart. Exhale, drop it open, Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, Vinyasa or downward facing dog. On the next inhale, step walk or float your feet forward. Long spine, exhale, bow, tuck the chin. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. And right foot out in front of you, flex the foot. Shoot the leg behind you, warrior 3. Lunge it way back, lift the heart to the sky. Exhale, open, warrior two. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, vinyasa or downward facing dog. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. 3 deep breaths. 1. 2. 3. Forward on your next inhale. Step, walk, or float. Big toes touch. Exhale, fold. Tuck your chin, bow your head. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose, and hold. See if you can shift the weight back to the heels. Long spine. Draw the arms back by the ears. Hands to prayer at the heart. And hinge your left elbow across your right knee and find a twist. If you'd like to move into side crow here, feel free to kind of move on down. Otherwise, maybe come down to a toe balance. So you're just lifting the heels. You might stay there. Maybe you want to try opening the arms. Or again, maybe giving side crow a try. If you're strong enough, maybe only using the left arm, so shifting the weight into the hands and beginning to lift the feet. So all the weight on the left arm if you can. But feel free to brace that right hip on the right elbow if you need to. Shift the weight back to center when you're ready. Reground the heels, and again, find Utkatasana. Finding a chair pose, finding your breath. And then hands to prayer at the heart. Hinge your right elbow across your left knee. If you did it on the other side, you can move right into side crow. Otherwise, maybe coming down onto the toes, little toe balance twist. Maybe you'd like to try opening the arms, finding a deeper twist. Or if you did it on the other side, maybe shifting the weight to the hands. And finding crow, side crow. Regrounding the feet when you're ready. Twist back to center. Straighten the legs, heel toe your feet hip width distance apart, and either catch your big toes, Padangusthasana, or hands under the feet, Padahastasana. Exhale, fold, tuck the chin to the chest. Find your breath, full and deep. Inhale, look up. Take both hands by your right foot and lunge your left foot way back. Finding the ball of the back foot, and then spiral the right arm up, finding a twist. Maybe letting the hips sink a little bit deeper if it feels good. And then twist the arms up by the ears, finding that high lunge position. Adjust if you need to. And then hands to prayer at the heart. Hinge your left elbow across your right knee and finding a twist. Maybe gazing towards that top shoulder or gaze down to help you balance. Maybe you'd like to try opening the arms, bringing the left hand to the outside of the right foot. You can also bind here. I use my right arm to kind of press that left hand around if you want to try to bind. And then unbind, gaze up towards that top hand. Bring the right hand down, left foot to the outside or inside of the right foot, and we'll pop the back leg up. Walk the hands forward and start to lift that left hip. Maybe finding half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Do whatever feels good here. Maybe you want to catch that top foot. Maybe just work towards finding some openness through that right thigh, early half moon. And then release. Lunge your way back. Bring the arms back up by the ears. High lunge position. Interlace the arms behind the back. straighten the arms, maybe roll the shoulders back and down. Exhale, fold forward. You can always drop that back knee here and just lift the arms. Hands by the foot, step your feet together at the front of the mat. Exhale, fold, tuck the chin, bow the head. Inhale, long spine, and lunge the right foot way back. Finding the ball of that back foot, and then spiraling the left arm up for a twist. Deep breath. Maybe letting the hips sink. And then spiraling the arms up by the ears, finding a high lunge. Hands to prayer at the heart. Hinge your right elbow across your left knee and find a twist. You might stay there. Maybe open the arms, pressing the right arm to the outside of that left knee. Maybe you try to bind, so working that right arm under and around that left thigh. And then hands by the foot, pop the back leg up, walk the hands forward, and just start to lift that right hip. And again, you don't have to lift the right arm here. Just find the base of the posture. Maybe the right arm comes up for a half moon. Maybe catch the foot. And then release, bring that right hand down, lunge it way back. Arms up by the ears. Lift the heart, interlace behind the back. Straighten the arms, maybe look up. Exhale, bow forward towards that front knee. And again, drop the back knee if you need to. Deep breath. And then hands by the foot, step your feet together at the front of the mat. Exhale, fold, tuck your chin, bow your head. Maybe hug the calves. Inhale, look up, heel toe your feet open, and sit into Malasana, garland posture. Hands to prayer at the heart. You can use the elbows to kind of open the hips here, finding a long spine. And you might just be staying here. Maybe you'd like to bring the hands forward and play around with a little crow. Honor your body, so whatever you want to do today. So you might just practice with shifting the weight forward towards the arms, maybe lifting one set of toes, maybe both. If you're kind of experienced with crow, see if you can start to work the knees directly into the arms, and then shifting forward into the hands. Again, maybe lifting one set of toes, maybe both sets of toes. Breathe. And then feet down, straighten the legs. Either again, catch the big toes or hands under the feet. Long spine, exhale, fold, tuck your chin. Maybe shake the head a little yes or no. And then inhale, look up, hands to the hips, exhale there. Inhale, rise. And open Utthita Trikonasana, extended triangle. Turn your right toes open, reach over to the right side, left heels slightly towards your right toes, and then right hand somewhere down your right leg, and left arm up. So left toes slightly towards your right toes, heel slightly opening back. And you might stay here. Maybe you want to start to work a little deeper. Try to avoid lifting the rib cage here. See if you can kind of drop the rib cage down, forming a straight line. Maybe reach the arm overhead. Maybe bottom arm parallel to top arm. And then bring your right hand down, left arm back up. Take that left hand to the floor. Bring your right hand to the outside of the right shin. Adjust if you need to. And then bow your head towards your shin or your knee. Inhale, long spine, look up. Twist that left arm back up to the sky. Inhale, rise, soft knee, and other side. Left toes open, right toes slightly towards your left toes. Reach over to the left side, and bring your left hand somewhere down your left leg. And again, try to avoid lifting the rib cage here. See if you can drop the rib cage down, straight line, and breath. Maybe the right arm way overhead. Maybe the bottom arm parallel to the top arm. Good, and then left hand down. Bring the right hand down, left hand to the outside of the left foot, and then bow your head towards your shin or your knee. Adjust if you need to. And then spiral the right arm back up, finding that triangle posture again. Soften the left knee, rise to stand. Turn your feet parallel, hands on your hips. Deep breath in, look up. Exhale, fold forward, hands down, fingers wide. Inhale, flat back, look up. Stretch the heels of the hands by lifting the heels of the palms, stretching the wrists, forearms, pressing the fingers. Exhale, fold. Bow the head. Maybe the head touches, maybe it doesn't. Be where you are, breathe where you are. Deep, full breaths. If you're comfortable here and your head is near the floor, maybe you want to play with lifting the toes, finding a wide leg headstand. And slowly coming down, if you did lift, bring your hands to your hips and just draw your elbows towards each other. Release your neck, soften your jaw, lift your elbows towards each other, long neck. Inhale all the way up. Exhale at the top. Turn the right toes open, bend the right knee, warrior two. Take the right forearm to the right thigh, left arm way overhead. And maybe just staying here, playing with this posture. Maybe you'd like to go a little deeper, bringing the right hand down to the inside of the right thigh. Maybe finding a bind or a half bind. Maybe gazing up towards that top shoulder. Optional, maybe lunging your left foot towards your right foot. Again, or just stay for a couple more breaths. Optional, finding Brd of Paradise, coming to stand with that bound leg, maybe straight in. But again, feel free to just stay down. Right foot comes down if you did a little Brd of Paradise. Let's exhale, open, and find a lizard. So left hand down, heel toe your right foot over to the side of the mat, nice and open in the hips. And then if you'd like, you can find your forearms. Maybe drop the back knee down, optional. Deep, full breath. Softly drop the back knee down if it's lifted. Walk up onto your hands and find external rotation of that right hip. So just letting the inside edge of the foot roll up off the mat. Knee opens to the side. Maybe bring the left hand forward a little bit and hang on that left side. Or catch your left foot with your right hand. Stretch that quad. And then release. Curl the back toes under, re-engage that back leg. Let your left heel drop to the right side and then bring the left arm up, finding that side angle position one more time. Inhale, rise, and other side. Bending the left knee, warrior two. And then left forearm to left thigh, extended side angle, Utthita Parsvakonasana. Maybe you went a little deeper, bringing that left hand to the floor. Maybe a half bind, maybe a full bind. Maybe just taking your 5 breaths here, or lunging that right foot towards the left foot and lifting your left leg up. Brd of Paradise. Optional, straightening the left leg. And then stepping it down if you came up. Lunging it back to that side angle position. Exhale, open. And then right hand down, lizard. Heel toe the left foot over. Maybe find the forearms. Breathe. Softly dropping the back knee down if it's lifted. Walking up onto the hands and finding external rotation of that left hip. Letting the knee roll open to the side. Maybe bringing the right hand forward and then hanging towards the right side, lengthening that right oblique. Maybe drawing the right foot towards the hip and catching it with the left hand. Stretching that right quad. And then release. Curl the back toes under, re-engage the right leg. Let the heel drop to the side and bring the right arm up, side angle. Inhale, rise. Turn the feet parallel. Interlace your hands behind your back. Straighten your arms, look up. Exhale, fold forward. And release the arms overhead. And find the breath. Catch your left calf with your right hand. Your left arm can do whatever it would like here. And then pull against your right scapula. Push, pull. And other side, catch your right calf with your left hand. And push, pull against that left scapula. And then back to center. Get a long spine here. Soften the knees and then bring the arms out by the ears. So your back is parallel to the floor here. Take a breath. And then left hand down, right arm up. Find a twist. And then back to center. Bring both hands down. Again, find that long spine, both arms up. Reach through the arms. And then right hand down, left arm up, find a twist. And then hands to the hips, exhale there. Inhale, rise. Exhale at the top. Bring the hands to prayer at the heart and sink into your right knee. Inhale up. Exhale, sink into your left knee. Inhale up. Exhale, sink into that right knee. Inhale up. Sink into that left knee. This time, bring the hands to the floor. Maybe sink a little deeper. Optional, flex and rotate your right toes up towards the sky. Maybe hands to prayer at the heart, or just sink into that stretch. Optional, maybe bind or open the arms for a twist. Keep flexing that right foot. And then bring the hands down, shift up to come out. Bring your hands back to prayer at the heart, rise, and then sink into your right knee. Just hold that for a moment. And then hands down. Optional, flex and rotate that left foot up towards the sky. Maybe hands to prayer at the heart. Maybe a bind. Maybe an arm open twist. And then hands down, shift forward to come out. Catch your big toes, index, middle, thumb. And exhale, fold forward. If you would rather, you can take a wide leg split. So just working the feet as wide as you possibly can, comfortably, safely. Maybe reaching the floor and sliding out a little bit. Maybe dropping the chest down if you find you're close enough to the floor. Pushing off the elbows if you're down. Walk up onto the hands. Heel toe your feet in if you're in wide leg splits. Everyone can go hands to the hips. Exhale there. Inhale, rise. And one big or little step to the front of the mat. Samasthiti. Shift your weight to your right foot. And bring your left ankle on top of your right thigh. Squatting into a standing pigeon. You might stay here. You can come down onto a toe balance again, just kind of like we did in the beginning. So maybe you'd like to find that toe balance. Or you can take a flying pigeon, maybe starting to grip the upper arm with your left toes. Bring the hands forward and then start to shift your left shin into your left elbow, left upper arm. If that's okay, you might try to extend the right leg back. And then when you feel done with it, plant the foot, hands back to prayer at the heart, or lifting back up to the heel, grounding, if you were in a toe balance. And we'll rise, other side. Shift your weight to your left foot, and right ankle or shin on the left leg. Just sinking into that standing pigeon. If you'd like to, you can come down onto the toes for a toe balance, or you can bring the hands forward and start to shift the weight towards the arms, gripping the upper arm with the right toes, maybe lifting the left toes, maybe extending the left leg back. And then when you feel done with it, bring the hands back to prayer, reground the heel. Samastitihi, Vinyasa. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Tuck the chin, bow the head. Inhale, long spine, prepare. Plant the hands and step, walk, or float your feet back. Slowly lower. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Few deep breaths here or in child's pose. And then right leg up. Lift the hip. Maybe stay there for a moment, or you can let that right foot drop behind the left knee for a wild thing, lifting the hips to the sky. And then swinging it over or bringing the knee to pigeon from wherever you were. So right knee towards the right wrist. Maybe come up on the fingertips for a moment. Exhale, fold forward. Bringing the arms down. Maybe making yourself a little head rest. Pressing the third eye. Counting the breath. If this is uncomfortable for you, you can always find a reclined pigeon on the back, bringing the right ankle onto the left thigh and then drawing the legs in. If it's too much on the knee. Another option is to slide that left arm forward and then bend at the elbow to hold your head with your hand. And then I like to stretch my back quad. So drawing the left foot in, catching it with the right hand, and then stretching that left quadricep. And then you can release, curl the back toes under, and step it back to vinyasa or downward facing dog. And then left leg up, lift the hip, and optional stay there or let that Left foot drop behind the right knee for wild thing. You're up on your left toes here. And then swing it over to pigeon, or bring your left knee to pigeon from wherever you are. Walk your right leg back, find a comfortable position. Maybe come up on your fingertips. Get your base. And then exhale, fold forward, and releasing down. Or finding reclined pigeon on your back. Maybe making a little head rest, and then finding the breath. If you did it on the other side, maybe sliding that right arm forward, bending at the elbow to hold the head with the right arm, the right hand. Maybe drawing the right foot towards the hip, catching it with your left hand, and stretching that quad. And then release. Walk up onto the hands. And step it back to vinyasa or downward facing dog. And then dropping the knees down for child's pose or camel. So if you'd like, you can take a few breaths here in camel, or just go right into child's pose. Take 10 deep breaths in child's pose. But if you'd like a little more work today, maybe bringing the knees open. I like my knees just slightly wider than my hips. You can curl your toes under to start and then reach back, or you can even try just bringing the arms up and just leaning back. Try to lengthen out of the low back, and then bring the hands down. See if you can find the heels or ankles. Push the hips forward. Inhale, come up and fall into a child's pose. So I like my knees together. After camel, I get more of a back release, but feel free to open the knees nice and wide and take 5 more deep breaths in child's pose, balasana. Palms are face up, tops of the hands lightly ground to the mat. Let the shoulders just melt around the knees. Take some deep belly breaths. Really fill the belly with air to help expand the lower back. 2, 3 more deep breaths. And bringing the hands besides the knees, if you'd like to, maybe a little bit out in front of the knees. Cross the ankles and lift the knees up to the chest, bringing the legs through the arms. Or just find seated on your mat. And walk a little on the sits bones. Reach forward to catch your big toes, Paschimottanasana A. Deep breath, long back. Exhale, fold. Tuck the chin. Might walk a little on the sits bones. Soften the knees if you need to, or put even something underneath the knees. Let this be about lengthening the spine. Deep breaths. We're going to take 15 deep breaths. 1. 3. 4. 5. 6. 6. Feel free to grab the outside edges of your feet or just switch your hand position. 7. Maybe drop an ear towards a shoulder. Get into the trapezius. 9. 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. Inhale, come up. Bring your right foot to the inside of your left thigh and square yourself towards your left leg. Bow forward to fold, catching the foot with both hands. If you feel pretty open today, you can grab your left wrist with your right hand and then hook it over the ball of the foot so that the top of the right hand is pressed to the ball, and then bow the head to the shin or the knee. But don't be aggressive with it. There's no need to pull your hamstrings out of their sockets or their insertion muscles. Really, just breathe wherever you are. That's only if you feel very comfortable in this posture. So we'll call it 3. 2 more deep breaths. 4. 5. Inhale, come up. Lift your right knee and hug it with your left arm. Right hand behind you. Gaze out over the back shoulder. If you'd like to take full Marichiyasana C here, you can always bring the left arm across and then you push that left hand behind the shin to bind the hands behind the back. 3. 4. 5. Counter twist to the other side. And then right leg out in front of you, left foot to the inside of the right thigh. Square yourself towards your right foot and fold forward. Maybe catching the right wrist with the left hand, hooking it over the ball of the foot and bowing the head towards the knee. But again, only if your hamstrings are super open to that idea. And fold 2. 3. 4. 5. Inhale, come up. Lift your left knee and hug it with your right arm. Gaze out over the back shoulder. If you tried full Marichiyasana C, maybe drawing that right arm across the left shin, wiggle that right hand behind you to clasp the hands behind the back. 4. 5. Counter twist to the other side. And then Baddha Konasana. Soles of the feet together, work them in towards the hips as close as you can. And then begin to fold forward. And you can stay here, or if you'd like another arm balance, you can start to hug the right leg up towards you. So moving into Ashtavakasana. Start to squeeze your upper right arm with your right leg, and then hook your left ankle on top of your right ankle. Your left leg's kind of just along for the ride. See if you can shift forward to lift yourself up. And then maybe start to straighten the legs, squeeze the right arm. Optional, kind of Fold in, bend at the elbows, and then straighten the legs out to the right side. And then coming up, if you're in Baddha Konasana, work yourself up and find a wide leg position. So just switching it up a little so that you're not in Baddha Konasana for too long. And then you can start to fold forward here straight, or you can take some side bends. So feel free to play around with what posture you're working with. So maybe folding forward, maybe side bends. Or taking the left leg up for Ashtavakasana on the other side. Starting to squeeze your upper left arm. Really the only criteria is it needs to be above your elbow. You want the knee above the elbow. So just squeezing that leg onto the arm so that it doesn't slip below the elbow. Shift forward and lift yourself up. Maybe start to straighten the legs, squeezing the arm, or bending at the elbows to find Ashtavakasana, straightening the legs out to the left side. And then coming out, bring your knees together and find Navasana boat. Deep breath. Two. 3. 4. Feel free to bend the knees. And 5. Slowly lower. Hover. And release. Reach the arms overhead. Hollow out the belly. And then hug both knees into the chest. Maybe rock a little side to side on the low back. And then taking a twist. We'll start with a gentle twist. So just let the knees drop to the right. Left arm out on the ground, knees together. Right hand on top of the left knee. Close the eyes or turn the gaze towards the left fingertips and find the breath. Inhale the knees up and let them drop to the left side. Right arm extends out on the ground and left hand over the knees. And again, just turning the head up and closing the eyes or turning the gaze over the right fingertips. Inhaling the knees up, either Supta Baddha Konasana, so knees butterfly open on the ground, feet, soles of the feet together, or lift the legs up and catch your big toes, happy baby pose. Might rock a little side to side. And then bringing the feet down. We'll go right into a regular bridge here, Setu Bandhasana B. So feet about hip width distance apart. See if you can stack your ankles under your knees. It's hard if you can't see that, but just try to gauge ankles under knees. Tuck the tailbone forward so your lower back is flat to the mat, and then draw the shoulder blades down. And lift the hips up nice and slow. If that feels good, just stay there. Otherwise, pull one shoulder under, pull the other shoulder under, so kind of walking up onto the shoulders and then interlace the hands under the back. See if you can kind of externally rotate the arms to draw the arms back to the floor. 2. 3. 4. Lengthen the abdominal wall. Lengthening the front body will help lengthening the back body. And lower down nice and slow. 5. Hug the knees in if you need to. And we'll do 2 more. So feel free to stick with bridge or some other variation of. Maybe feet together, some inner thigh work. or wide, so as stretches internal rotation of hips. Or you can bring the hands by the ears with the fingers towards the toes for Urdhva Dhanurasana, full wheel. And whenever you're ready, second back bend, 1. Either lifting the hips bridge or lifting the hips full wheel, 2. 3. 4. 5. You can lower down, hug the knees in, or you can just touch your head and go right back up. 1. Next back bend whenever you're ready. 2. 3. 4. 5. Lower down all the way. Hug the knees into the chest. If you did full wheel, interlace your fingers around the knees and kind of counter pull against the wrists. You can also rock up and take a forward bend if you prefer Paschimottanasana. And then just rock a little side to side, again, just opening those wrists. And then we'll take inversion practice. So your inversion can be extending your legs straight up. Your inversion can be rocking up to a shoulder stand. Or you can work towards headstand today. Feel free to also throw your legs up the wall because after inversion is, hooray, Shavasana. So feel free to throw your legs up the wall before Shavasana, shoulder stand, plow fish, headstand, child's pose. Maybe you have a wall space available to you in your home where you can do forearm stands or handstands if you need a little extra support there, or headstand for that matter. So whenever you're ready, grabbing the forearms if you're working towards a headstand today, interlacing the fingers in front of you and overlapping the pinkies. I'm just going to walk through the headstand tutorial. Those of you in shoulder stand, just practice on. You want to overlap the pinkies so you don't roll the bottom pinky bone. So stacking the pinkies there. And then putting the head on the mat, not on the hands, cupping the back of the head with the hands. Try to avoid moving the elbows wide. You want the stability of that small triangle. That's why we grab the biceps. Walk your feet towards your head. You might pull one knee in and then pull the other knee in. So many ways to go up. You might pike up. And then take your headstand. Or your shoulder stand. Or legs up the wall. The weight is really mostly on the forearms here. You should really be able to push into the elbows. Shoulders are kind of reaching up and away, creating some space for the neck. So there's really not that much weight on the head with this headstand. It's different than the tripod headstand where most of the weight is on your head. This is really supported by the shoulders and the arms. So if you're feeling a lot of pressure on the head here, try pushing the shoulders up and away using the strength of your elbows and arms. I like to play with my headstand. You might want to open your legs. Do a little jogging. Whatever feels good for your body today. And then when you're ready, slowly coming down and finding child's pose. Or fish if you did shoulder stand. Take a few breaths in your counter pose. Normally, it's about 10 breaths in the counter pose, 5 breaths to 10 breaths, depending on how long you were in your inversion. And then whenever you do feel ready,
You can take Shavasana, but feel free to stay in your child's pose for, again, 10 breaths, 5 breaths, whatever feels right for you today. And when you're ready, Shavasana. Letting go of all your expectations, all your thoughts. Just allowing this time to absorb the benefits of your practice. Notice your energy, feel the body and the breath. Tune out the mind. As you close the eyes, start to soften the forehead. Let the eye muscles relax. Let the jaw soften. You might stretch out the mouth, stretch out the jaw, and then let it completely relax. Let the throat soften, the throat relax. Feel the chest open, the heart center open. Feel the arms, the wrists, the hands get heavy and relaxed. And then just quiet the breath, quiet the mind, quiet the body. Melting into the mat. Remembering we are not our thoughts. We all have thoughts bubble into our mind, negative, positive. You don't have to believe every thought you have. Just notice the thought, breathe the thought, and then come back to the breath, remembering you're the observer of the mind. You are not the mind itself. So anytime you catch the mind wandering, especially to something negative, just bring it back to body and breath. Maybe a positive affirmation, breathing in health, exhaling peace. Any 2 words that resonate with you, strength, love, trust, happiness, whatever you need to cultivate in your life, breathe those in. Notice if tension builds up in the face and let it go. And without making any movement, just re-soften your face. Maybe softly wiggle the fingers, softly wiggle the toes. You might reach the arms overhead, reach through the fingers, reach through the toes. Hug the knees into the chest. Maybe gently rock a little side to side on the low back. And then bringing the right arm overhead, just roll onto the right side, resting your head onto your right arm. And slowly pressing yourself up. Once you're up, just closing the eyes, allowing the face to remain soft, the mind to remain quiet, and the spine to remain long. And just come back to your breath. Bringing the hands to a prayer at the heart center. I honor the place in you of love, of light, of truth, and of peace. I honor that place in you, for when you are in that place in you, and I am in that place in me, there is only one of us. Bringing that prayer to the forehead and pressing the third eye, and bowing to everything you're thankful for, bowing to each other. Namaste.